Please pay attention to the annotations in the sidebar of the PDF. Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. Progress Report 1, March 5th, 1965. Mr. Strauss says I should write down what I think and everything that happens to me from now on. I don't know why, but he says it's important so that they will see if they will use me. I hope they use me. Miss Kinnian says that maybe they can make me smart. I want to be smart. My name is Charlie Gordon. I am 37 years old, and 2 weeks ago was my birthday. I have nothing more to write now, so I will close for today. Please pay attention to the way Charlie writes his daily journals. Notice all of the spelling errors. Progress Report 2, March 6th. I had a test today. I think I failed it, and I think that maybe now they won't use me. What happened is a nice young man was in the room and he had some white cards with ink spilled all over them. He said, "Charlie, what do you see on this card?" I was very scared, even though I had my rabbit's foot in my pocket, because when I was a kid, I always failed tests in schools and I spilled ink too. I told him I saw an ink blot. He said yes, and it made me feel good. I thought that was all, but when I got up to go, he stopped me. He said, "Now sit down, Charlie, we're not through yet." Then I don't remember so good, but he wanted to say what was in the ink. I didn't see nothing in the ink, but he said there were pictures of other people, saw some pictures too. I couldn't see any pictures. I really tried to see. I held the card close up and then far away. Then I said if I had my glasses, I could see better. I usually only wear my glasses in the movies or TV, but I said they are in the closet in the hall. I got them. Then I said, "Let me see that card again. I'll bet I'll find it now." I tried hard, but I couldn't find the pictures. I only saw the ink. I told him maybe I need new glasses. He wrote something down on a paper, and I got scared of failing the test. I told him it was a very nice ink blot with little points around the edges. He looked very sad, so that wasn't it. I said, "Please let me try again. I'll get it in a few minutes because I'm not so fast sometimes. I'm a slow reader, too, in Miss Kinnian's class for slow adults, but I'm trying very hard." He gave me a chance with another card that had 2 kinds of ink spilled on it, red and blue. He was very nice and talked slow like Miss Kinnian does. He explained it to me that it was a Rorschach. He said people see things in the ink. I said, "Show me where." He said, "Think." I told him I think a ink blot that wasn't right either. He said, "What does it remind you? Pretend something." I closed my eyes for a long time to pretend. I told him I pretend a fountain pen with ink linking all over a tablecloth. Then he got up and went out. I don't think I passed the Rorschach test. Take a look at the annotation in the sidebar and read what a Rorschach test is. Progress Report 3, March 7th. Dr. Strauss and Dr. Niemeyer say it don't matter about the ink blots. I told them I didn't spill the ink on the cards and I couldn't see anything in the ink. They said that maybe they will still use me. I said Miss Kinnian never gave me tests like that one, only spelling and reading. They said Miss Kinnian told that I was her bestest pupil in the adult night school because I tried the hardest and I really wanted to learn. They said, "How come you went to the adult night school all by yourself, Charlie? How did you find it?" I said I asked people and somebody told me where I should go to learn to read and spell good. They said, "Why did you want to?" I told them because all my life I wanted to be smart and not dumb. But it's very hard to be smart. They said, "You know, it will probably be temporary." I said, "Yes. Miss Kinnian told me. I don't care if it hurts." Later, I had more crazy tests today. The nice lady who gave it to me told me the name and I asked her, "How do you spell it so I can write it in my progress report?" Thematic apperception test. I don't know the first 2 words, but I know what test means. You got to pass it or you will get bad marks. This test looked easy because I could see the pictures. Only this time, she didn't want me to tell her the pictures. That mixed me up. I said the man yesterday said I should tell him what I saw in the ink, and she said that don't make no difference. She said, make up stories about the people in the pictures. I told her, how can you tell stories about people you've never met? I said, why should I make up lies? I never tell lies anymore because I always get caught. She told me the test and the other one, the Rorschach, was for getting personality. I laughed so hard. I said, how could you get that thing from ink blocks and photos? She got sore and put her pictures away. I don't care. It was silly. I guess I failed that test too. Later, some men in white coats took me to a different part of the hospital and gave me a game to play. It was like a race with a white mouse. They called the mouse Algernon. Algernon was in a box with a lot of twists and turns like all kinds of walls, and they gave me a pencil and paper with lines and lots of boxes. On one side it said start, and on the other it said finish. They said it was amazed, and that Algernon had the same amazed to do. I didn't see how we could have the same amazed if Algernon had a box and I had a paper, but I didn't say nothing. Anyway, there wasn't time because the race started. One of the men had a watch. He was trying to hide so I wouldn't see it, so I tried not to look, and that made me nervous. Anyway, the test made me feel worser than all the others because they did it over 10 times with 10 different amazeds, and Algernon won every time. I didn't know that mice were so smart. Maybe that's because Algernon is a white mouse. Maybe white mice are smarter than other mice.